Welcome to OZTV. Here we talk about everything that you need to know. We talk about family, we talk about relationships, we talk about children, homes. We talk about virtually everything. So I want you to subscribe, like, comment, click on the notification bell for more videos coming up. And watch out for a new show coming up called Spit It All. Thank you.
That handling sex or making love to their husband is a very big problem and job to them. Same goes to a single mom. A single mom, the difference is that no man is lying down on the bed with her. She can use a sex toy. She can have a relationship where the man is the one that two of them could stay together, have sex together, then a relationship for us. So handling sex here, it's only in this part of the world where they hear sex toy, everybody's eye will pop out.
I was just going to say that sex toy is not a crime. Even in a marriage where the sex is awesome, having toys just makes it more awesomer. It's not a crime.
It should be an agreement between you and your
partner, whoever that partner is.
Yes,
it's not a big deal.
In this part of the world, it's like
for the moment you say it all, they will begin to bind and cast you. But the truth is, if you want this woman to enjoy it, there are several women that thing you do, in this part of the world, let me say this too, we are all adults, and adults will watch this. Some men just tend to get on top and they are there harder. No, there are women that want you to take your time, do several things, which also, there are several sex toys that will do that work.
There are many men a man and a woman that have been married for 20 years, and the man has never truly explored the wife's body to know where all the parts are. So you think you're rubbing one thing and you're doing something else.
Focus simple moms don't have blood running in their veins. They are human beings. You don't expect them to. There is one I don't want to mention here. You don't expect them when they get honey and single moms get honey. They get honey. They get emotional. They want something. Even there are husband or wife that will lie down on the bed, and when the woman gets honey and talk to the man will want to do it at his time, not at the wife's time. We tell you a lot of them say, I'm tired. Look, let me tell you, this sex toy thing plays a lot of role. If husbands will understand it and know that something
husbands, if Nigerian men have to separate husbands, because again, for me and for a lot of women, marriage, the husband is not the end all be all of my existence. I think it's a blessing, it's a wonderful thing, but it's not necessarily the end of
your
life.
Yeah.
So Nigerian men generally are ignorant. And I say this generally, I say generally ignorant. 90-something% are generally ignorant and lack understanding of a woman, her emotions, and her body. And I think the sooner they begin to understand that, the dynamic will begin to change in our relationships in this country.
And not only that, typical Nigerian man will tell you that a sex toy will want to replace him.
Like how?
Yes. I've heard it several times. They say, how can I be in the house and you're using a sex toy? Right. So that means I'm not doing my job well. Sir, yes. Most men don't do their job well.
But there's a thing though. So my thing is, even when, I don't know how this even has anything to do with single moms, but a sex toy, having a sex toy, whatever it is, does not always even have any relationship to do with how the man is performing sexually.
That's what they think.
It's nothing to do with it though, because the thing is that the sex could actually be phenomenal. And let's make it even better. Let's do something
different.
Do something different.
Adventure.
Because again, if you people have been together for 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years, it can get boring, but every day everybody knows the exact same style that we're doing. And every once in a while, we bring something to change it.
Do you know it's painful? I heard someone actually saying that sex toy will make a woman not want a man again to touch her.
It happens sometimes. It does happen sometimes. When a woman uses sex toys. Sometimes sometimes they tend to, do away with men. It happens at times.
That is if someone that uses it often, all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about it as more like to enhance the current relationship,
Exactly.
not to
Exactly. All right. What do you think about men that always tell their wife to disassociate themselves from single mom because they feel they are bad influences on their wife, and that if she, has relationship with those single mothers, they tend to start acting disrespectful for them, towards their husband. What do you think about that?
This comes down to society and culture. Those days when we were growing up, the moment a woman separates from her husband, she's a bad woman. She's wayward.
Mm-hmm.
She could not keep her family. She could not. A lot of things goes wrong. So it will now be like, what are you doing with the woman that could not keep her home? What will she teach you?
Yes. What are you learning from?
What are you learning from her?
Yeah.
Do you want her to come and now destroy your own family? Spoil your own marriage? Your marriage that is now going. People tend to throw a lot of judgment on a woman in quotes called single mom. But the truth still remains that the woman that is living with her husband, most of them too, are not good.
That's very true.
But because that man,
Is
she,
their
the coverage, he has not covered them.
Right.
Nobody tends to see where they are bad.
their flaws.
Yeah,
or
All their flaws are being covered by their husband, the presence of a man in their house. But the truth remains, I know that there are bad women. Narrowing it down to
in
our
all
discussion.
instances, yeah.
Narrowing it down to our discussion, single moms who have spoiled the name of other single moms. But you don't categorize it.
Everyone generally.
Just like everyone will say, men are bad. Not all men are bad. There are good men. Just like we will say, daughter-in-laws are bad. Not all daughter-in-laws are bad. Just like you will say, pastors are bad. Not all pastors are bad. There are genuine ones. The same way it is with a single man. You don't generalize that everybody behaves the same way.
Or a certain way.
They are bad. They give wrong advices. There are single moms you will meet. 30 minutes with them will blow your mind.
This is true.
They will tell you, that your husband cheated. Is that the reason why you are not making love to him? Is that the reason why you don't want to serve him food? Is that the reason why you want to pack out of your house? They will tell you, my dear, no, that's not a good reason. Several single moms have counted their losses, count their blessings, and named them one by one. That a woman packed out of her house at times completely is not the fault of the man 100%. She knows where she's wrong, and she knows where the man was also wrong.
Yes.
And she can now sit down on her own, figure it out, think through. I wasn't right in this way. And she tend to make amends and make changes. This is where this man was wrong. And you see, when you're sitting down with them, sometimes women will discuss things.
Yes.
And you people tend to look at those areas where you, and she will not be talking to you from the concept of or perspective of, this is where I need to make amends, or this is where I was wrong, or this is what this man did. And you also tend to learn from it.
Right.
And you see, because some of us are not wired the same way, there are people that take things to the extreme. There are people that learn, and there are people that tend to twist what you have learned.
True that.
If your husband at times blame you, what are you telling your husband or feeding your husband in about your friend? That she's a single mom and you go home and you start telling your husband, she has, this man is even talking to her.
Different men and all
You
that
know,
stuff.
a woman that is a single mom is back to the market. Sorry to use that word, but men will see her. Men will want to talk to her. That the man she left did not see anything good in her does not mean that other men will not see good in her. In fact, that is even when she will want to up her game and make sure she build and have a better home if she goes in back.
To
because she has learned from mistakes of before. So that does not mean that your wife will not come back. She used to shout at you before. She used to behave somehow. But because she has fed you in with a lot of things, you now see the woman. In the first instance, she's even the one that told you that the woman is a single mom.
Yes, that's true.
So that which raises your antenna. Now she comes back home and she behaves somehow. Will not be like, she's now deceiving you. Look at what she's now doing. It's because of that woman you're keeping as your friend. She has deceived you. It's not the reason. I don't want to see her again in this house. Excuse me.
You're forgetting that you're the one that's...
And she's also an adult. The moment you're 18 years old, you know what is good and what is wrong. In fact, from 15 years, you're taking decisions when you're by yourself. Do you understand me? So it doesn't mean that the woman led her by hand and now went to go and ask her to do something and she's not doing it. No, that is your wife's choice.
Right.
That is what she chose to do. Not that a woman now deceive her to go and behave the way she's behaving. So society should stop judging single mothers as being, in quotes, bad.
A bad influence or a negative
Bad influence on their fellow women, on the married ones. Let us put it, because there are single married women.
Also,
There are single married. They are in their home, but they are not married.
in fact, there's probably more of those than there are married women.
They are married.
Yeah.
They are bride. The difference between them and those ones that you call single mom is that there's no bride price on their head. You're just carrying the no. I usually call it NAVDAC number. They have NAVDAC number. You don't have a NAVDAC number, but they are in their husband's house, but they don't live as though that they are married. So that's just the difference. That there's a presence of a man in the house that sleeps with you on the bed. This one does not have a presence of a man that sleeps with her 365 days a year in the same house, both of them living together, waking up together and all that. So stop judging them. Stop judging them. It's not their making that they had to leave.
And even if it is their making, because in 2020 now, I know a couple of people here in Nigeria who are single by choice. They're not yet 40 years old, and they've decided that they are going to go to a fertility clinic and have children on their own without being married.
Yeah, so
The world is evolving, you know what I mean? And again, that a woman decides that she does not want to be married, whether it is because she didn't want to be married, she wasn't married in the beginning, or she was in a marriage and she left the marriage, or whatever the circumstances is, does not make that person a bad person or a bad influence or a negative, entity in the society. It just means that for this person's life, this is the situation, and this is how they're choosing to manage it. That's all.
And also, women should stop making their fellow women feel. I heard this somewhere. Someone telling a friend, your friend is a single mom, she will take your husband from you. Women should remove.
First of all, most of them don't want your husband.
They don't want him.
Because you've also told your friends about how your husband has done this and does that. The truth of the matter is, nobody's interested in all of that.
They don't. They are not even.
9 times out of 10, it's not even about that.
Honestly, I know there are stories of where they such things have happened and all that. But please stop being negative. For once, be positive about your home. If you don't want to bring her home, bring her close, friendship is by choice. Love is a must. Friendship is by choice. You made a choice of making her your friend. And in making her your friend doesn't mean that you have to vent everything to her. There are, everybody have friends in phases. You know who this person is. You know who that one is. So it doesn't mean that because she came to your house and that day she will have to take your husband. Any husband that was taken was not kept, they decided to be taken. If a woman takes your husband from you, know that wants to be taken. Because true love cannot be stolen. True love cannot be stolen. So if a man was taken and then you're saying that it's because you brought her home, because I did this, because that man wants to be taken, because a man that has respect for you has respect for you. And you equally shout at your friend and say, I can't do this to my wife. Do you understand? Even if the woman is, her body is very hot, the man too should in as much as women have self-control, men should also have self-control. I know that in keeping a woman shouldn't be your wife's friend. So women, please tend to respect instead of bringing your fellow women down. Take them up.
Yes.
And I think Nigerians, and I'm going to speak to Nigerians because we are in Nigeria. I think Nigerian men should do a better job of being respectful towards Nigerian women in all circumstances.
Yeah.
Because I've looked at other cultures and other societies, and black men, especially Nigerian men, are the one race or group of people that go out of their way to bring their own women down. You know what I mean? I don't hear white men anywhere in the world talking negatively about white women, even their single moms, even their married moms, even their sisters. You don't hear it. Even in the Middle East, where it's a very autocratic, authoritarian, region, you don't hear them insulting their women and talking bad about them. But for whatever reason in Nigeria, whether the woman is married or single or whatever it is, our men don't have nice things to say about us. And it's unfortunate.
I think it's a cultural thing.
Well, then the culture needs to be changed because it's not fair, it's not appropriate, and it creates a small space for women to actually be themselves and be appreciated. Because Nigerian women are strong, plus the single moms, which is what we're talking about today, they're strong women.
Yeah.
They need to be noted as being strong. Because a woman by herself, a single mom by herself, oftentimes finds herself paying the school fees equivalent to what a man and a woman would pay together. She's paying her rent. She's buying food. She's clothing all the people in their houses. She's doing so many different things by herself or with very limited support. So I think that, it's not so much that they should be celebrated, but, I think when someone is doing good, they should be recognized for doing good in whatever capacity that good is happening in.
Okay. All right. So, with that being said, we've come to the end of today's segment of Spin It All, and I hope you've picked one or two advices and contributions from our discussions today. And please be with us not to be judgmental towards single mothers. They've been, through a lot. They've actually been taking roles that men and women are supposed to take. Okay, so we should give them some respect and applaud their courage. Okay, and my next segment will be bringing to you more juicy topics. And I'm sure you're going to stay with us. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere with you to this page because we're going to entertain you with loads and loads of topics with fun. Okay? Thanks very much and